This is an innocent woman. She didn't do it.
I tried to save his life.
Yeah.
I tried to save his life at 6 in the morning. I was covered in his blood. I was the only one trying to save his life.
Now to what's tipping the scales. As Karen Reed continues to proclaim her innocence, those in the community are rallying behind her, demanding that her murder charges be dropped.
Kim McDermott, who's also in the courthouse right now in the clerkhouse, collecting a check from all you people, the taxpayers, has decided that he doesn't want to put it up. There you go. Why? Because of the wonderful things he does. That is why. That's it. You just said because. Because it's impounded. Why is it impounded? Because. I just feel like it. Because I have power and you don't. So go pound sand, Turtleboy. Well, we're not putting up with that. We're right here today, Jim McDermott, and we're not going to be quiet. We're here. We got it.
And that's just a brief glimpse into the relentless support from Turtleboy, a blogger. He has landed himself in a bit of hot water. He, as I mentioned, known as Turtleboy, he's been accused of witness intimidation, an accusation that he vehemently denies. He tweeted out this the day after his arrest back in October, saying that men with guns showed up at my house, tore it apart, took my computer and my phones, and handcuffed me in full view of my kids as they got on the school bus. I'm not the one guilty of intimidation. And today, joining us now to give us the latest himself, Turtleboy, also known as Aidan Kearney, real name. But Turtleboy, thank you so much for being on with us. Tell me, first of all, how you're doing, because you did have to go through this arrest. What's the status of your case at this point?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Every morning I film myself at the bus stop. I live stream myself at the bus stop because if the police are going to pick me up again, which they probably will, there's talk about indictment, they're probably going to do it in front of the kids because they want maximum shock effect. They want to basically demoralize you and make it so that you don't want to continue. But so I film it every day just in case they do show up this time. Last time they caught me unprepared. This time I won't be. So getting by.
Wow. Tell me, just take our viewers back to the moment when you realized this was the case you wanted to attach to. Do you have any personal connection to Karen Reed, her family, or her friends? Or was there something about this case that you just couldn't let go?
No, Karen Reed was a complete stranger to me. I live about an hour from Canton, so in Massachusetts. It was a story that was in the news when John O'Keefe was first found dead on his lawn and his girlfriend, or on Brian Albert's front lawn on 34 Fairview Road. And it was a story that stood out because anytime a police officer is killed, even if it's not in the line of duty, it's kind of a big, story. But when you saw that it was his girlfriend that did it, and it appeared to be an accident, you couldn't help but feel sorry for her. And honestly, I forgot about the case until around mid-April, April 17th to be exact. I read Alan Jackson's 92-page affidavit in the court filings, which detailed a lot of things that were just shocking about this story. Most particularly that stood out was that Jennifer McCabe, the sister-in-law of the homeowner, Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m. And this is after they told police that John O'Keefe had gone home and was in bed, that he never showed up at the house. He was invited over there, he never showed up. So why would you Google how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m.? They also had his Apple Health data that put him inside the house, ascending and descending stairs for 3 minutes from 12:21 a.m. to 12:24 a.m. There was an eyewitness who was outside the house who only saw Karen Reed in the car and had no sign of John O'Keefe whatsoever, and said that her taillight was in fine condition. There was nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And then there's the autopsy photos. The autopsy photos overwhelmingly show that that man was not killed by a Lexus unless a Lexus has a set of canine teeth similar to a German Shepherd.
I want to play some sound from moments that you just gave, because that's a lot. Like you said, it was a very long affidavit that was filed by the defense. Let's take a listen to Alan Jackson talking about the Googling by the neighbor.
Why is Jennifer McCabe one of the parties that was inside the house that night, the sister-in-law of Brian Albert? Why was she Google searching how long does it take for a human body to die in the cold? The Apple Cocoa core data indicates, or the core time indicates exactly what time that Google search occurred. That time was at 2:27 and 40 seconds in the morning on January 29th. That's 3.5 hours before John O'Keefe's body was found.
Now, no charges have been filed against anyone else in this case other than Karen Reed. So I want to keep that in mind. But Aidan, I want to ask you about the community support. It has seemed to take on a life of its own. You've been at the center of a lot of it. But tell me about what people need to know about that community and how they are reacting to Karen Reed, especially now.
Well, it's just obvious to anyone with a brain who's looking at this situation and looking at the evidence and seeing what the Commonwealth is covering up that it's quite obvious that Karen Reed is, in fact, an innocent woman. The lead detective in this case, his name is Michael Proctor. He is good friends, and they hid this. So, like, why would you hide this if you were innocent? Michael Proctor hid the fact that he is a close family friend of the two families involved, the Alberts and the McCabe's. There's a picture of him in 2017 with Jennifer McCabe's kids on Facebook at a backyard party for his sister. There are multiple pictures of the Proctor family with the Albert family. As a matter of fact, 7-year-old Colin Albert in 2012, he's 19 now, who he was inside the house at the time. He was never interviewed by Michael Proctor. And as it turns out, in 2012, Colin Albert was the ring bearer in Michael Proctor's sister's wedding. So they were there together. They sat at a table together. Colin Albert's father, Chris, is good friends with Michael Proctor. They actually refer to them as a second family. So people aren't stupid. The reason you're seeing all those people outside, those are well-educated people. Those are smart people. They have jobs. They are just outraged that the institutions that they have put faith in. I mean, these are people who have supported police. These are not people who are anti-police. These are people who have supported the institution of the police and the district attorney's office who feel lied to and betrayed. Because every time there is a hearing, all the Commonwealth does is get up there and lie. They lie to your face. They treat you like you're stupid. And people don't like being treated like they're stupid. So we're showing up on the courthouse stairs. And in case you couldn't possibly make yourselves look more guilty, they arrested me on October 11th, the man who has been leading the protests, because they are trying to shut me up. They knew two of the people. I have 8 stay-away orders on me now. So 8 of the witnesses in this who really should be considered suspects, I cannot contact. I cannot talk directly or indirectly to, which is basically preventing me from going to the entire town of Canton, Massachusetts. And they are doing this because they don't want me to ask these people tough questions. That's all this is about. They're just trying to silence a reporter who is getting way too close to exposing their corruption. The same cops I've been accusing of covering this up came to my house and read me my Miranda rights. The same district attorney's office who I've been accusing of corruption has been the one prosecuting me for this.
Aidan Kearney, you have been continuing to speak out. We appreciate your point of view on this. We'll continue to follow this story. Thanks for joining us.